Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
For over 25 years, we've fought for Kentuckians injured through no fault of their own. During that time, we've traveled all across the country to take that fight to some of the biggest insurance carriers and corporations in the world. That kind of dedication is what's needed to get every dollar you deserve. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle collision caused by someone else's fault, call Bates & Sloan right now and let us fight for you. The first consultation is free, and the attorney you see that first day will be the same attorney you see from the beginning of your case to the end. That's our promise to you at Bates & Sloan.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
My name is Emily, and I'm from Laurel County. When I was searching for a college, I wanted to find a place that felt like home and where I could make a difference. The moment I stepped on Alice Lloyd's campus, I knew this was where I belonged. There's a sense of community here and a focus on serving others that you can't find at other colleges. For me, it wasn't just about continuing education. It was about being a part of something bigger. Apply now to find your home at alc.edu.
Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
This is the fourth app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Championship Night here on Hometown 24. It's the 53rd District Baseball Championship game. It will be Knott County Central Patriots taking on the Letcher County Central Cougars here at Cougar Field. Manus Blair, Jim McCauley, David Adams, and all the hometown crew with you. And guys, big night tonight. You want to go in a winner if you can in that regional tournament play.
Oh, you're exactly right, David. But, you know, last couple of years, that's really not been a major advantage. And we saw already Breathitt County knocking off a highly touted Wolfe County team. And guess where the region's at?
It's at Wolfe County.
So, you know, coming out as a winner, you go play Wolfe at Wolfe, definitely not advantageous. So, of course, both teams want it for pride, but really you got to win them anyway.
Right. Manus, both these teams will probably pitch the best tonight, I would think.
Well, when you go in, you've got Quentin Williams for Letcher County Central, and you've got Connor Napier going for Knott County Central, and looking forward to a very good pitching matchup. As I look out, it's going to be an adventure.
Yes,
when you look at the wind out there, and since the national anthem is played, it has changed twice.
And stiff.
And it's going straight out, so the pitcher's got to keep the ball down. Anything that gets up in the air, it's going to carry tonight.
Oh, yeah,
and,
you're right.
As I say that, Look at the flag.
Limp.
It goes limp. But anyway, it'll be an adventure. And, of course, when you look at these teams in tournament play in history,
I love it, man.
8-8.
Well, it's usually
Going
a good
against each other.
matchup.
Can you
It
believe
is.
that?
Rubber
How even?
match.
You can't get more even than 8-8. So, as we're looking at Connor Napier warming up here, the field, saw Blake Mason this morning at 7:25 on this field working on it. So,
Yeah,
kudos to AD Blake Mason and the rest of the people that worked on the field today.
Got it looking good, and we want to thank Letcher County Central administration guys for letting us come over tonight and do this game. It's always a privilege to come over here. Always treated well at Letcher County Central.
And you know, David, you're talking about the field, man. That's one thing about it. It's rained so much. You see the grass is a little bit higher than normal.
Yes, it is.
And that's going to cause.
And you know what that means.
You know, that means it's going to slow the ball down a little bit in the infield. It's going to slow the ball down in the outfield. So you've got to be very cognizant as the infielders. You know, you can't wait on the ball. We saw that the last time these two teams played, sometimes waiting back on the ball and not charging.
Right.
And if you bunt the ball, it's a little tougher to pick it up when the grass is a little high.
And looks like we're ready to start as Knott Central will be in the field here at top of the first as the Cougars will come to bat, and we're ready to go, Manus. It looks like it's baseball time in the mountains again.
And Connor Napier 8-2 on the season with a 1.8 ERA going against Dawson Kinser. And here comes the first pitch, and it's going to be a ball down, and Dawson Kinser batting .369 for the Cougars.
You'll see the Patriot defensive as usual for Coach Dameron. He plays his outfielders very shallow. You know, with the wind blowing out, that could play in favor of the Cougars.
Very much so. Winding the pitch, and that's
It's a
going
little
to be 2-0. And I'm sure that Napier has got that adrenaline flowing through his veins, and he just got to take a deep breath and find his catcher's mitt, Chase Hendrickson, his battery mate. And that one's outside, and it's going to be ball 3.
You know, and David alluded to the fact early, you know, one of the big things, you can't give those free bases away in tournament baseball.
Not in tournament. It makes it tough on you. You get a 1 or 2 on, and you get a base hit, and you're on the board, and so you got to watch that.
Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be up, and that's going to put Dawson Kinser, who is a very good base runner, on first for Coach Rigsby and Coach Kinser. Coach Rigsby coaching third, and Coach Kinser coaching first for the Cougars. Chase Hendrickson goes out and talks to Connor Napier and says, "Come on, man, let's go."
You know, with the wind blowing straight out right now, Williams loves to hit the ball with power to right center, lifts the ball a lot. You'll look at Napier really trying to keep the ball down low right here on Williams.
Williams batting .345 on the season. First pitch, and that's going to be inside. Got a very good look here in the press box here at Letcher County Central. We're right behind home plate, so good angle here on the calls over the home plate.
Boy,
and that's going to be, and they're going to call him out. So
maybe took a step too much, guys, and then look back at the base, and that's when Napier threw the ball.
Great move by Napier over there to get Kinser.
And you know, a lot of times on your moves, David and Jim, you don't usually come with that quick move on your first one, and it just caught Dawson Kinser off. It kind of a high tag, but the umpire calls him out, and that'll be 1 out. And it's fouled straight back.
Yeah, and that really, you know, Napier helped himself out quite a bit with that move. Like you said, man, it's a lot of times they'll throw a dummy move the first time, but he came with his good move right off the bat and caught Kinser napping.
Here comes the pitch, and Napier not getting over on the breaking ball.
And strike's been a little up, too, and inside, so he's trying to settle in yet in the game. Top of the first.
And that's going to be up. And
hitters count right here. Look for Williams to, you know, look for that zone pitch right here to tee off on one.
Has 2 home runs on the season leads the Cougars in home runs. Looking zone hitting here is the Napier with a pitch. And that's going to be strike 2. And now that's going to fill it up here. Williams got to protect the plate.
Yeah, good location from Napier that time, low and in, right on the knees.
And here comes the money pitch, and it's popped up. Is it going out of play? Turning back, and it goes into the stands. And I don't think anybody's going to get a certificate down there for catching that.
And I don't blame them for dodging it, to be quite honest with you, because they do sting a little bit.
So Williams up a little bit on his bat, more little bat control. Napier steps back, and here comes the wind. And it's hit up, and there's going to be the call is going to be made, and it's going to be an out as Parks makes the catch, and that's going to be 2 outs for the Cougars. Andrew Little will come to bat, batting .270 on the season.
Little's had a good season. He's been on the mound quite a bit, too, this season, guys.
Yeah,
and thrown some good games.
Yeah, and the last 2 times the Patriots faced Letcher Central, he threw, and there's the breaking ball, and that's going to be a strike on the outside corner. I'm sure Napier wants to continue to throw that out there. Here comes the pitch, and it's hit to the third baseman. Up, Aiden Cornett with the throw in the dirt, but
nice
up
pick over there.
Yep.
Half an inning as went by here, top of the first. Bottom coming up as Knott Central will come to bat when we come back.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
Bottom of the first, Knott Central will be coming to the plate as Quentin Williams will take a few more warm-ups and get ready here. And Quentin very good on the mound, guys, and he's got good stuff. His breaking pitch is good, and, fastball, very strong. So, Jim, this guy, he can throw a punch.
Yeah, Quentin, he's got good velocity, and, there's a lot of left-handers. When you throw hard, you get a lot of movement on the ball. With Quentin, it's all about control and getting ahead of the batter early. And I know that's kind of, cliche thing to say, but for Quentin, he's a guy that really thrives on momentum. When he starts getting in his groove, he can really put it in there. But if he struggles a little bit, it causes him to lose a little focus on the mound. So he's got to come out and get ahead of runners early, or batters early, and just stay locked in.
And he's a 4-year front man on the pitching mound, and comes in with a 1-3 record, 4 saves, 0.67 ERA, 49 Ks with 9 walks. So that's a pretty good strike-to-ball ratio. For Knott County Central, we'll have Mason Ambergy, the junior, will come in, batting .359 for the Patriots.
Mason's had a good season.
Well, he's one of those guys. He gives catchers and pitchers ulcers when he gets on base because he can really leg it out, David.
And, he hit one off the wall over at Knott County on Little, and he's got really good speed, and he stirs the drink for Knott County Central.
Prototypical leadoff hitter.
Yes. Lefty against lefty as Williams eyes and comes up with the first pitch, and Ambergy swings through it.
Yeah, big cut for Ambergy right there.
Yes, it was. Williams a good spot with the ball too, guys. Kept it low, right on the corner.
And Ambergy right up on the plate. So look for Williams to work that inner half. There goes the pitch outside, and it's 1-1.
Few clouds in the sky, a little blue here and there, guys, and it looks like we've got a great chance of getting this one in.
Oh, yeah. 1-1 pitch, and it's sliced down, and going to be 1-2.
Thought Coach Dameron may go after that one, Jim.
But he does have soft paws.
He does. He let that one go.
Yeah, he just tried to make the smells look good.
And Ambergy gets a little bit closer, got his toes right on the inner half. So here we go, choking up on the bat, and it's hit down the first base line, foul.
And that's the thing when you're on that, as a pitcher, you cannot let that intimidate you. You've got
And
to
that's
own
one of
the
the
inside part of the play.
And that's one of the reasons players do that is to get up there. Right. AKA the University of Kentucky's team gets right up there to try to do that. A whole lot of you watch UK baseball. Here comes the pitch straight back, and I almost put my hands up there to catch that thing, but Chris Ambergy was right on it.
Well, I can tell you, man,
and I did a few of his games back in a while, and he could catch a few of them.
Well, if you step behind Jamie Couch, it's a safe place to be.
and did it hit him? It sure did, and he will take first.
And that was his first off-speed pitch, and didn't really bite.
And kind of hit, and, it's going to be a little bit cooler as the night goes along. And if you're going to get hit with something, you want to be hit with a breaking ball instead of a fastball.
Magnus has got a good point there, Jim.
Exactly.
And Braden Hall will step in, batting .341. And, Knott County Central not seen Williams this year, so they got to be careful over there. First bunt, and that's going to go foul.
But you see the grass, how slow the
I
ball's
noticed
traveling.
that.
It's really
Last time we were here, the grass about the same size as it was, wasn't it, Jim?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Put a little fertilizer on it. Jaden Wright at third has come way up now. And,
beautiful baseball facility here at Cougar Field. Got great facilities at Letcher Central, great gymnasium, great football stadium, softball, baseball, just good facilities.
Williams comes set, and he goes to first.
Ryan Farmer's down in Hyden says hello, Manus and Jim.
Yeah, I forgot Ryan. I talked to him earlier today.
Yeah, glad to have
Thank you for
him
having
along.
us in there on your home there, Ryan.
Absolutely.
Here comes the pitch, froze him there, and that's the breaking ball. He said it was touched, and that's going to run the count to 0-2.
Bumper Adams down Route 7, him and Dexter Campbell, bologna sandwich and Diet Pepsi watching the game, and glad to have them along.
0-2, and let's see if Coach Dameron takes the bunt off here. Might see Ambergy take off here if he's got a good read on
look
Williams.
for a slash right here.
And that's going to be up. 1-2. Now, Williams has shown Ambergy 2 or 3 times out of the stretch, just a little bit different move. And it's going to be a soft roller, and it's going to be picked up by Wright. Smart decision.
Nice play by Jaden Wright. That's a tough one to handle.
That's going to be the first out as Ambergy will advance to second. But that was the right play, guys.
Oh, yeah.
That was the right play. So that puts Ambergy in scoring position for Knott County Central, and that will bring Michael Parks batting .470. One of the top batters in all of KHSAA baseball this year.
Great season for Parks.
Here comes the pitch, and it's low.
A little down.
Yep. Parks didn't bite on that one. Got little at first, way up.
Yeah, Watt's holding the runner on a little bit at second.
So you've got a little bit of a gap. Parks wants to go into 3-4 hole, and there comes the pitch. And it's going to be low, 2-0.
Great crowd tonight, guys.
Well, I look for the crowd to get a lot larger as the softball game ends over at Jenkins.
Good point. And by the way, Letcher Central wins that one 1-0. And what a ball game it was. Both pitchers, excellent job tonight for Letcher and Knott County.
Just give kudos to J.R. Hammonds coming in late and doing what a wonderful job he's done with those Lady Patriots this year.
He's got them playing well right now.
Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be up 3-1, and that will send not only Letcher Central and Knott Central. We have the regional winners and losers in softball, and we'll get to those right here in a minute. 3-1 pitch, 1 out, and Williams trying to catch Ambergy on the move, and Williams got to pay attention to him because Ambergy can get off there and steal third, so got to freeze him back there. Comes 3-1 pitch, and it's hit straight up, and looks like it's going to stay in play, and Wright will make the play.
Nice play by Wright as that one drifted back on him, and he was able to adjust.
So that's going to be 2 down, and that will bring up Jaden Ambergy, who bats .317 for Coach Dameron.
You know, that's the thing about Dameron's team. He's got a lot of kids up front that can move. You know, they've got a lot of good speed at 1 through 4.
He's got good speed, Dameron.
Hey, you know, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Ambergy's just really got an interesting inside-out swing we've talked about in the past. He's one of the few left-handers you'll see go to left field a lot.
Breaking ball is out, yeah, and, you know, probably more than likely, Little probably's got to be careful about
you'd almost
getting
have to
back.
play a shade with him on that.
You're almost looking for Watts to come over and hold him on rather than Little. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and it's going to be fouled back, and that's going to make it 1-1.
Healthy swing by Ambergy right there.
And like you said, Ambergy looks like he's going to pull that thing, and he'll hit it right between the 5-6 gap or hit it to left center.
Are you saying the Tony Gwynn 5.5 hole?
5.5 hole, exactly, points it out. And let's see if Jaden points it out and hits it that way. Breaking ball, and that's going to be left field, but it's going to veer foul. But kind of, you know, Letcher Central, when you look at their defense in the outfield, they're kind of playing straight away against him.
Bottom of the first, runner at second.
And now Watts is holding him on as Little moves over into the hole. Here comes the pitch. Ambergy going, and there he's going to hit it back to Williams. He will throw him out at first, and that will be the 3rd out.
Yeah, nice athletic play by Williams off the mound.
Yep, played 1 at Letcher Central. No score. Cougars coming to bat, top of the 2nd.
My name is Isabella, and I am from Madison County, Kentucky. Instead of choosing a larger university, I chose to attend Alice Lloyd College because I wanted a more personal college experience. The small class sizes provide a close relationship between students and professor that isn't possible at any other university. ALC is more than a place to learn, it is a place to grow, serve, and lead. Learn more at alc.edu.
Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
Welcome back to Cougar Field here at Letcher County Central High School. Top of the 2nd as the Cougars will come back up for their 2nd opportunity tonight. And guys, no score in the game so far, and it's just what we expect out of these two guys, these two teams. I mean, it's going to be who makes a bad play, Jim McCauley.
Yeah, we knew, you know, coming in, you've got 2 of the top pitchers in the region right here with Napier and Williams. You know, we look for a low-scoring game that's usually going to come down to who makes the plays and who doesn't.
Those guys can play on any team in the region, my friends.
And not anywhere else.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're talking about Knott County Central. They're one of the leading scoring teams in all of the state. And then you've got Letcher Central, who's on the reverse side of that. And so, you know, it's a strategy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we'll step Clay Hall, senior, batting .387 on the season. Appreciate it, Derek.
Ben, want to thank the staff here, guys, taking care of us. Who's the young man taking care of us
there? That is Eric Boggs. And
Eric did we really appreciate him.
Pulled pork barbecue up here.
Yeah, and drinks. And Josh, I want you to know you need to stay out by the band and take care of everything. We'll take care of the pulled pork.
Another breaking ball, and Hall, I'll get it right here in a second, goes right back through the box for a base hit. Napier going back to the breaking ball. The first one was a really nice one.
You know, minus that one didn't break normally like his and breaks.
It went right into the wheelhouse.
Yeah, it did.
So Napier probably disappointed in that one.
I think Napier'd like to have that one back.
Yeah, but, you know, guys, Clay has did that all year this year. He has really been one of the more consistent hitters on the Cougar team, and he shows why as he knocks one up the middle for a single.
And Jaden Wright will step in, and he is batting .225, and he fakes the bunt. And that ball it will be down.
And you see both teams right now looking to advance the runner, play a little small ball to start things off.
And, you know, you saw Aiden Cornett at third advancing up on that, trying to draw him in a little bit. Here he goes with a bunt, and that's going to be on the outside corner, and that's going to be 1-1. Napier coming out in this second inning, he's thrown mostly all strikes.
Yeah, and you know, as a bunter, that's really the best pitch to bunt, that little fastball outside. You can.
And that's going to be ball 2. And, you know, sometimes in the first inning, as Coach Rigsby will come down to talk to Jay.
You know, and he may be saying right now, hey, you know, the count's in your favor, have a green light and try to hit away right here.
Very well could. And, you know, once again, you got Wright that has that 3-4 over there gap that he can hit in with that breaking ball, breaking on the outer half. You want to take it in that direction.
And Jaden just a freshman, but really, you know, he started last year.
Here comes the bunt opportunity. It's outside, and it will run it to 3-1 now.
Right here, if you're Napier, you want to force this young man at the plate to do something, Jim McCall.
Yeah. And I'll be surprised if he keeps the bunt on 3-1.
And there it's on the corner. Nice pitch by Napier, and that will run the count full.
And Napier doing a good job staying on that outside half of the plate.
Yeah, and, you know, and Chris Spurlock, the home plate umpire, he's called it that way for both sides on the outer half. And there goes that breaking ball, and he's going to throw the first strikeout of the game for Napier. And that will bring Keaton Maggard to the box, and he's 229 on the season. He's also a freshman for Coach Rigsby. Napier comes set. Here comes the pitch, and Maggard couldn't get around on the fastball, and that'd be strike 1.
Souvenir coming off the bank and rolling on
good,
down.
Good looking swing from Maggard right there.
It
Short
was,
and compact swing.
It was a good swing.
And he's deep in the box. He's ready for the fastball, but here comes the breaking ball, and it's going to be wide. And Hall will go in, and he will get into scoring position on the wild pitch.
Yeah, Hall heads up. You see a senior doing, you know, he's ready to take advantage of anything he can right there and quickly advance to second base on the pass ball.
Not as much backstop area as over at Knott County.
Correct.
And that one's outside. That's going to be 2-1.
You know, early on, Napier's went deep in the count a lot of times, but that pitch count really starts to add up on you.
I think I kind of jinxed him early in the inning when I said he was picking it up. And there, he's going to throw it by Maggard.
Yep.
That's going to be 2-2, 1 out. Hall on second in scoring position. Ambergy at short, going behind him occasionally, trying to keep him close. And there's going to be, as Maggard fights that one off on the outer half.
You know, we see a lot of young hitters. He's still trying to pull that ball in the outside corner. And, you like to see him throw the hands and put that ball on the right side.
And Coach Dameron moves Parks back into the center. He'd moved him more over at second base. Here comes the pitch, and he's smartly moved by Coach Dameron, and that's going to be 4-3, 2 down, as Hall will advance to third.
Got some power coming up, Mr. Johnson.
Kobe Johnson, a senior, batting 191 on the season. Cougars needing a big 2-out hit here with Hall on third. And like I said before that hit, Parks had been moved by Coach Dameron right where Maggard hit the baseball. Nice breaking ball. Strike 1. Absolutely no wind blowing at the moment.
No flags.
Lights taking effect a little bit here as they're on. And that's going to be ball 1.
You know, Kobe's kind of Willie Stargell-esque for you older guys out there. You know, he's prone to strike out a lot, but when he gets a hold of it, he can do some damage.
Yeah, he's got good strength.
And that one's going to be up, and that's going to be 2-1 for Johnson. He is the DH for Coach Rigsby and the Cougars. Napier trying to get out of this with no runs. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be out of the way, and that's going to run the count to 3-1. Let's see what Napier and Hendrickson comes up with here. Watt's playing deep over there at first. Here comes the 3-1 pitch, and he throws it by him.
Yeah, a little behind there. You know, I was sitting there thinking, this is Napier's third time pitching against Letcher Central in the district championship.
Yep, it surely is. And just like Williams, a lot of experience. And he blows it by him, and that's going to be the third out of the inning.
Still no score. Bottom of the second coming up. Knott Central will have their second opportunity when we come back to Cougar Field. Stay with us. Championship night on Hometown 24.
We have determined that you have early onset Alzheimer's disease.
Why me? How could I have prevented this?
Research shows that reducing stress levels, not partaking in substance abuse, and being aware of safety measures are a few ways to prevent it.
So how quickly can this progress?
There's no definitive timeline. Everyone is different.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Welcome back to Hometown 24 Championship night in the boys' 53rd District baseball tournament, softball tournament in the books. Letcher Central wins that one 1-0 up at Jenkins. Good game there, and the guys right here shortly will go over some of the rest of the region softball games and baseball games as well.
Well, you got your four winners in softball. That's Estill County in the 56th. Wolf County in the 55th, Perry Central in the 54th, 4-3 win tonight against Hazard. And then, of course, Letcher Central with that 1-0 win. And that's, I believe that's 7 consecutive titles for Jay Perkins and the Letcher Central Lady Cougars.
Yeah, same 4 teams that advanced last year.
And exactly. And Williams starting to pitch against Connor Napier's looping curveball didn't bite. Connor Napier batting .376 on the season, one in tops in the state in runs, RBIs, and hits. Here comes the old
good pitch.
It's right there. It says umpire Chris Spurlock, 1-1.
In that softball, we've not really heard a lot about Estill County, but I was looking through, and they've had a really nice season down there.
They usually have a couple of kids can play the game, guys.
And hosting the regional softball tournament this year.
Yeah.
And Napier fights that one off. Estill County, the proximity where they live, they can play some really good competition.
Oh, absolutely.
In the 10th, 11th, and, in the 9th region, so that's to their advantage. Here comes Williams with a 1-2, breaking ball. No, it wasn't a breaking ball. He had a little tail on it.
I believe it was a change.
Yep, I think I didn't see it coming out of his hand. But that will run it even at 2-2. Here comes the pitch.
Ooh.
And it's going to be down as Napier really wanted that one.
Yeah, it was a nice pitch.
Yeah, it broke about a foot before it got to the plate.
Good eye by Napier, and that will run it full. And that's going to be outside, and that will give Napier first base.
Another good speed on the bases for the Patriots.
And that will bring Chase Hendrickson batting .293, the sophomore. Battery mate of Connor Napier. Trying to move Connor Napier around.
Hendricks had a great season behind the plate.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing,
David. They've got 2 good catchers here tonight, guys, in the region. 2 good catchers here doing their job tonight.
Breaking ball, and it's fouled straight back.
Uh-oh.
And not only was it fouled straight back, but I believe we might have met a vehicle back there.
Oh, my. Bottom of the second.
It's not yours, David Adams.
No, we parked up.
And there's the bunt, and it's going to be back to Williams, who will throw it underhand, and that will be the first out and a sacrifice for Hendrickson on the 1-3. Putting Connor Napier in scoring position at second. That will bring Aiden Cornett, freshman, batting .236. Great glove man, as I call him, on the hot corner.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with him this year.
Great
third
hands.
base.
Great
He's
hands.
a big fan of ours, guys. He's always tuning in whenever he's not involved. And Earl Mullins was his grandpa, and I tell you, Earl would be mighty proud of Aiden.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, good movement on that pitch as it ran in on the hands of the batter right there for ball one.
Yeah, and Aiden did a nice job getting his hands out of there.
Yeah.
So 1-0, one out. Napier at second in scoring position.
Good pitch.
Throws
Nice pitch there.
right through with that one.
Quentin likes that outside corner, guys. He wears on it.
And as a left-hander, just like Jim said, it's got that natural tail on it. Screwball spin, and there it is, and it goes outside, and that's going to be 2-1. Letcher Central outfield playing pretty deep in left field.
Center's about normal depth at center, but a little deeper at left.
Here comes the pitch, and off goes Napier, and he's going to be out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 2-5. Tag
nice
got a little
play,
bit up, but he got him before he got to the bag, and that's going to be 2 down as Dawson Kinser throws it down to right, and he puts the tag on him, and the
Kinser
swing.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice
I saw the
throw
shortstop, Andrew Little, go over to Jaden and say, hey, get that glove down. Because he started low and he came close to letting him slide
and
under.
that's what you got to do as a senior when you see something like that. That's leadership on the field. 2-2, and that's going to be a strike, and that's going to be the third out of the inning.
Yep. Headed to the top of the third. No score in Whitesburg.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
Top of the third. Want to welcome everybody in tonight right here on Hometown 24 on your TVS cable. If you're looking for a cable service, look no further. TVS is your service. Contact them. They have a package and a deal for everyone. So, guys, top of the third. We still don't have a score, and it wouldn't shock me if the softball game don't rub on the baseball game a little bit. If you want to be honest, it may be a 1-0 game here tonight.
You never know, and both pitchers, kind of
Bumper
getting out of a little bit of trouble.
Bumper might eat 2 bologna sandwiches tonight, guys.
Up to bat, Kobe Watts for the Cougars.
And, of course, Colby is batting I don't know how I got him to be a senior. He's a
freshman.
He's a freshman.
Man, it's getting him through too quick now.
And I know his dad's sitting over here. He probably says, nope, we ain't rushing him through that quickly. 2:14 on the season as that was a ball, and it'd be 1-1. Good eye by Watts as it will run the count to 2-1.
Letcher Central got a lot of talented freshmen on this team. You see them start. I think they start 4 freshmen now.
It's just like, you need a few in between, but they're willing to, and that's going to be strike number 2.
I really like both these teams, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. I've been impressed with them. We've got to see them play 2 or 3 times, and they do a lot of fundamentals, and they do them right, and the kids have good attitudes. They're working.
And that's fouled back as Watts fouls off Napier's 2-2 pitch. Just saw across the wire that longtime controversial Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay has passed away. For you Colts fans out there, and there are a few. And Watts is going to hit it opposite field.
It's going to hang up there. And
that's going to be caught that time as it came back to Sims in right field. That'll be the first out of the inning, and Kanan Hurl will come up to bat. Kanan, a senior, batting .220 on the season.
Yeah, and you talked about controversial. The people at Baltimore are still not really big fans.
No, and I was one of those early people that liked Burt Jones and those groups of Johnny Unitas, and that's a strike on the outer corner.
That was a nice change up there.
So Napier with the first out trying to go 1, 2, 3 here, and that's going to be outer, and nope, that's going to be 1-1. 1-1, 1 out. As David said, we're in the top of the third, and he said we're trying to mimic the softball game, and that's up.
Yeah, just a little up right there.
And that's going to be 2-1 on Hurl. The wind and the pitch, and that's going to be up 3-1 on Hurl. Hurl zone hitting now. Got 2 to pick from as Napier taking his time, taking a deep breath like you've got to, and eyes the catcher's mitt. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be outside, and that's going to be ball 4. And Hurl will go down to first, and that will bring up Dawson Kinser, who hit back, he walked, and then he got picked off first base in the first inning.
And Dan, we're just going to take some time and talk to him. But you know that for the Cougars to be successful, that 8-9 has got to get on plate, get on base for Kinser and Williams, who are kind of the heartbeat of the offense for the Cougars.
And, we've talked about this. A lot of times you put your 2 best batters to get more at-bats on the top, and then if you've got the 7, 8, and 9 people getting on base, then they're going to bring them around. And, it's no different with Knott County Central when you've got Ambergy and those people setting the table at the top of their lineup. So Kinser will step in, and 1 down, and Hurl on first and being held on by Watts. Don't think that Kinser is going to be
no, I don't think so either. and Kinser really good hitting to that right center.
Boy, I was a liar, wasn't I, just then? So much for what I know. And that one breaks outside, and that's going to be 1-0. Maybe he was just doing that on the first one, and here comes the second pitch, and it's going to be outside, 2-0. Hurl on first, being held by Watts. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be strike.
Yeah, and that's one that Dawson would like to. Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness!
Eric Boggs just brought up some. I'm not for sure exactly what it is, but it's covered in sugar and deep fried, so count me in.
I'm in on it.
Maybe some deep fried Oreos.
Oh, man.
Breaking ball didn't bite down, and it's going to be ball number 3, 3-1. I think everybody needs to look at my belly side and know that I don't need to eat that. But
how can you turn it down?
Here comes the pitch outside, and that's going to be another walk.
First time really that, in the 3 innings that Napier's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble here.
And that's a second walk that Kinser is able to get on base with. And that will bring Williams up, who popped out to second base in the first inning.
Breeze very lightly blowing straight away center field. Hurl on second, Kinser on first.
Playing straight away in the outfield, and that's going to be down.
Low, yep.
And that's going to be ball 1. Once again, Knott Central playing straight away in the outfield.
A little deeper this time.
And that's going to be inside. Napier just a little bit wild of the last 3 batters. He's got to find his place in there like he was throwing earlier. You got Jaden Ambergy out in left field. Here comes the 2-0, and it's going to be inside, and that's going to be ball 3.
Napier is.
Do you green light him right here, Manus?
I green light him all day long if I'm Coach Rigsby. And it's a zone hitting kind of situation here with 1 out and runners at first and second. Here comes the pitch, and that one's on the outer half. Nice pitch by Connor Napier, and that will run it to 3-1. Same goes here, and let's see if Knott County Central can turn a double play here. And that's going to be down, and that's going to walk the bases loaded.
Yeah, Coach Dameron here probably going to bring Ambergy in.
Man, I tell you guys, you get in here and he's throwing the ball hard. He's just missing, and get yourself in a pretty hard predicament, guys.
And you're right.
When you walk a couple batters.
Yep. Oh, yeah. You putting yourself in behind the 8 ball.
And you get tournament play, and I tell you, it makes it tougher to get out. Get out of trouble,
Mason, good velocity as well. He's pitched well this year, definitely the number 2, but I would say 1A for the Patriots. But, sometimes coming in as a reliever is a little bit different than.
Oh, absolutely. It may take you time, Jim, to get rolling, but.
And you're inheriting 3 base runners.
Yeah.
No margin of error here.
1 out, top of the 3rd. We're at District Championship night here at Letcher County Central, the 53rd. And nice crowd has come in. The softball game has ended in Jenkins, so you were right, guys. We have picked up some more since they have made their way down from Jenkins.
Mason Ambergy 5-3 on the season with 1 save, ERA of 1.85, 38 strikeouts and 20 walks.
That's kind of been Ambergy's bugaboo this year. I mean, a great pitcher, great velocity, but sometimes struggles finding the zone.
And, the thing about it is with Ambergy, like you said, that's going to put a lot on him to throw it in there. And, Little comes in and he hit to Aiden Cornett the last time. And
thing about it is you got to throw strikes, guys.
Yeah, and it looks like Jim and David looks like they're going to play in.
Yeah, they're playing for a run with these pitchers that are pitching today.
So Little, a big situation here, and that's going to be hit down the line. Watch out, Brody. And it goes over top of the van, and it's going to be strike 1 as Little was sitting on the fastball.
It looked like Josh Cornett made a leap out there, guys. I don't know. He's going after the ball, but just not a big enough leap to bring it in right now. So
winding pitch, and there's a breaking ball called strike 2.
Now that was a nice breaking ball.
Yeah, quickly 0-2 on Little. Now he's got to choke up and just look to put it in play somewhere.
And, Hendrickson, if it's hit on the ground, he's got to get up there and know what direction he's going with the ball. And there comes the pitch. Hit off the end of the bat, and it's going to be over top of Parks. 1 run's going to score. Coach Rigsby holds up.
That took one of those hops, guys, that
that's
left.
Well, the infield's playing straight away. That's an easy play by the second baseman.
Right.
But while the infield was in tight, playing for the run at home, opened up enough space for Little to leg it out at first base.
And, just like Jim said, you were playing normal, but that's just what you do, and that's your strategy, and you just got to go.
I thought that was good strategy to bring them in to try to stop,
And that's going to plate Hurl, and it's going to be popped up, and I believe that's going to be an infield fly. Batter is already out, and that was Clay Hall, and that will be 2 outs for the Cougars. And that will bring Jaden Wright, who struck out in the second inning. So nice pitch by Ambergy, getting the pop-up. See if he can get out of this and save just with 1 run. Wind with the pitch, and it's going to be breaking ball.
Yeah.
Is down and away.
Good movement on the pitch, though. And Jaden came up big last year in the district championship with a couple of nice hits and a double.
He did. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be popped up, and it's going to be the call's going to be made by Parks, and that will be the third out of the inning.
Cougars get on the board. Patriots coming to bat bottom of the third when we come back. 1-0 our score.
For over 25 years, we fought for Kentuckians injured through no fault of their own. During that time, we've traveled all across the country to take that fight to some of the biggest insurance carriers and corporations in the world. That kind of dedication is what's needed to get every dollar you deserve. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle collision caused by someone else's fault, call Bates & Sloan right now and let us fight for you. The first consultation is free, and the attorney you see that first day will be the same attorney you see from the beginning of your case to the end. That's our promise to you at Bates & Sloan.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Welcome back to Cougar Field here on Hometown 24. 1-0 their score as Cougars put one on in top of the third. We move to the bottom of the third as Patriots will have another opportunity to bat here. And guys, some dark clouds off, but don't see much of a chance of them putting it together as of right now, of any.
They're going to dissipate.
Yeah, we hope.
Wow, that's a nice word, man. It's from a former PE teacher. To break out, dissipate.
Now, wait now. I've been a teacher of all subjects.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Including science.
Yes, yes. Manus is very good
not
at that.
very good.
Well, if you bring in the Coriolis effect, I will be very impressed.
I can't believe he would even talk about you, Manus, at all.
My feelings are hurt as Cole Watts will step in for the Patriots, batting .321. Cole, a freshman, and hits it off the end of the bat. Does Little have enough room, and he will, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Clay Hall making a nice play there. Was that?
Oh, Clay. Did I say Andrew again?
Yeah.
I'm going to have my vision checked.
Well, those are new glasses.
Oh, that's right. So,
that's the reason. Yeah,
he's not adjusted yet.
He's not adjusted.
Sorry, Andrew, and sorry, Clay. So that's one out, and that will bring up Carson Sims batting .222 as a junior for the Patriots. And that's going to be outside.
You know, when you get to the bottom of this order, you know, you've really got to take advantage of it defensively.
Well, and you know, the thing about Williams getting a first pitch out is big for him and the Cougars. Knott Central needing to take a few more pitches. That's going to be 2-0. Sims had a nice game over when we did the Jenkins game over there.
Yes, he did.
2-0. Comes a pitch, and that's going to be on the inside corner, 2-1.
350 straight center here at Cougar Field, 300 in the corners. Very nice ballpark.
Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be on the outer half, 2-2.
And, you know, Coach Spurlock, he's been very consistent with that outside strike. Maybe a little off the plate.
Now, Knott County Central's fans said otherwise just now. 2-2 count, one out. Sims right up on the plate, and he fouls it straight back. He was on that fastball. Williams trying to get on a 1-2-3 and out for the Cougars. Kind of shading Sims a little bit to right field. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be out and away, and that's going to be full count.
You know, and you know, Williams, you got to go right at this guy at the bottom of the order.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've got to let your defense take care of it.
And he did. And as Sims swings through the fastball, that'll be 2 down, which will bring up Mason Ambergy, who was hit by a breaking ball in the first inning. Trying to get something started for the Patriots with 2 outs.
Ambergy right back up on the plate again, up inside in the. Well, he's a little deeper this time.
Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be a ground ball to Watts, and he's going to throw it to first, and that's going to end the inning.
Yep.
3 down.
We've played 3. Top of the 4th coming up. 1-0 Cougars leading. Stay with us here on Hometown 24.
My name is Emily, and I'm from Laurel County. When I was searching for a college, I wanted to find a place that felt like home and where I could make a difference. The moment I stepped on Alice Lloyd's campus, I knew this was where I belonged. There's a sense of community here and a focus on serving others that you can't find at other colleges. For me, it wasn't just about continuing education. It was about being a part of something bigger. Apply now to find your home at alc.edu.
Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
I'd have said otherwise.
Top of the 4th as Cougars will come to bat, and we're having a big time here at Letcher Central. And I want to thank Letcher Central guys. They've done an outstanding job getting ready for this baseball game and getting us ready as well. So we really appreciate
like
it.
Maina said, when we came to work this morning at 7:30, they were out here working on the field.
Oh,
Blake
yeah.
Mason's been out here all day, the AD, earning his big check.
I'll tell you, the weather in eastern Kentucky has not been kind. They're good friends at Somerset, London.
Oh, yeah, in London, yes.
Want to always keep them in mind, guys. And
Any way you can help those people out. They came up when we had the floods in Letcher, Knott, Prairie, and Breathitt. They came and helped us.
Yeah, I think Chris Ambergy is heading down there Saturday and going to hand out dinners, guys.
Yes, Chris is a fine man.
Yep.
And that was ball 1 on Keaton Maggard, who grounded out to the second baseman, hit the ball opposite, and that's ball outside, and that's going to be 1-1.
You know, Ambergy's velocity is about the same as Napier's. You know, he's probably throwing the ball between 79 and 82 right now.
And he throws it from a different pocket. He and that's off the handle.
A lot of spin.
And he's going
That's
to
a fair ball.
die.
He got him.
Still got him. Nice play
That
by
was a
Ambergy.
close play. That had to be a half step, but a great job by Ambergy. And I like the hustle out of the batter. Both those young men.
I don't know
giving it
what
their
kind of
best.
signal we got on that play, but if you didn't see it, it went off the handle and just died right there where it dropped. Nice job by Hendrickson and Ambergy getting out there.
Yeah.
But then Ambergy took over and threw a laser to Watts.
Johnson ready to go at the plate, inside to him.
And I thought it almost hit him, and Johnson struck out swinging in the second inning.
Good pitch.
And that's going to be strike 2. Now run it to
1-1.
1-1, I'm sorry.
Now, I think the
That was
regional
such a good play. I was
will
going to
be on Monday. Is that right?
4 games. 4 games on Memorial Day,
Yeah.
like we always did.
And
a
that
long
will
time
be
ago.
baseball will be at Wolf County High School and the softball at Estill.
Yep. And,
Long trip from the 53rd, guys.
Oh my!
But you don't have to worry about the rain now that Wolf County has a turf field. 1 and 2, 1 out, and that's going to be away, and that's going to be 2-2. Yeah, so far we have Breathitt County had defeated Wolf County, and then we had Estill defeating Powell, and that's going to be hit up, and that's going to be out to Ambergy and left. Yeah, that brought rain almost, and that's going to be a second out for the Cougars.
Johnson just a little under that, guys.
Yeah, if he squares that one, it's going to be bouncing on the road somewhere.
And I do apologize for saying would bring rain. We don't need any more rain. Baseball and softball seasons have been kind of sporadic here lately. And that's going to be a strike. Nice pitch by Ambergy to Watts, who popped out to right field in the third inning. 0-1 pitch, and man, he fought that one off. I thought it was coming in.
Yeah, I believe it would have hit him in the chest if he hadn't swung.
0-2. And, you know, a lot of people, if you swing and it hits you, it's still a strike.
And a classy act by Spurlock, the umpire walking out to give the ball to the pitcher to give everybody time to get settled back in. And Chris has been doing this a long time behind the plate, one of the finer umpires in the region.
And, you know, that's just kind of understanding the situation and being a good baseball guy. 0-2, 2 outs. Ambergy looks in, probably going fishing a little bit here. And breaking ball, and he caught the inside corner, and that's going to be strike 3, and that's going to be 3 down for the Cougars.
So 1-0, bottom of the 4th. Coming up, stay with us. We got a dandy in.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
This is the 4th app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
Main Supplier, Jim McCauley, David Adams with you, and all the hometown crew. Glad to be with you here tonight on championship night at Letcher County Central High School. 1-0 their score, bottom of the 4th coming up as Knott County will come to the plate, and Cougars have put one on the board, and that was top of the 3rd when that one scored. So we've got a dandy baseball game, and usually when these two meet, it usually is a dandy game.
And, you know, for those that didn't hear earlier in tournament play throughout the years, including the 2011 regional championship game, 8 wins for both teams.
Yeah.
So you can't get any better
No,
than that.
it's always just been a close game. Always has, and I guess it's going to continue that way.
And, you know, you've had great coaches like Gary Hammond's a part of that.
Oh, yeah, and Coach Dean.
Coach Brian Dean.
Yeah, great coaches. And these coaches here are doing a good job with these
and
two
Jim
programs.
Bob McCauley.
And Jim Bob McCauley, when he's not fishing or golfing, he does a pretty good job.
Brayton Hall stepping in here, hit to third base on the 5-3 in the first inning.
Meat of the order up here for the Patriots.
Got to have something here. And that's on the outer half, and that was right on the corner, and that makes it 1-1.
I think Quentin's settling in on that fastball in those corners, guys. He's been popping those quite a few,
And,
especially last inning.
Hall's got to take that thing to the right side. And down on the handle, and that'll make it 1-2. And, you know, for people like John Kniff, who likes the Cubs and talking good about Jim McCauley, I don't know about that. Just because they're Cubby fans.
Is Jim McCauley Cubby fan?
That's been well documented, David Adams.
I figure he'd be Cincinnati all the way.
Nice pitch.
Nice pitch. Took a little bit off of it. Hall was out in front of it, and that's going to be the first out of the inning.
The Cubs are leading the major leagues in runs scored right now, I'm pretty sure, at least the National League.
Yep. Of course, it's hard to score.
Ain't their park one of the smallest ones around?
And the wind blows out.
Oh, I heard the wind just takes them out all
It changes in July.
They change it. They change it when the Cubs bat. Breaking ball outside, strike one on Parks. Parks popped it up to the third baseman right in the
Williams making a living right now on this outside.
And that one's going to be outside, 1-1. You know, and he's doing a good job. It's the first 2 or 3 times I've seen him take a little bit more off of his breaking ball. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be hit, and it's up. And
looks like Eldridge or Harrell's under it.
Yep.
Makes the play.
Yep, that was Hurl, and that's going to be the second out of the inning for Knott County Central. Jaden Ambrey coming up trying to get something started for the Patriots. Hit back to Williams for the 1-3 in the first inning. Amberg, of course, left-handed going against the left-handed Williams, and that's a breaking ball, and it's hit out of play.
But once again, I'm with you, Manus. You look at Jaden's swing, and it's such an inside-out swing. If I'm really shading him to the third base side.
To the left side, yes.
It looks like maybe Andrew is playing him a little further out towards third this time.
And that's going to run the count 0-2. Williams here Williams and Kinser probably not going to give him anything good to hit.
And Jaden's a good bad ball hitter, though.
Yeah, he got good length to him, and he fights that one off. That was probably a little bit more than exactly what
Jaden kind of chokes a little bit and gets closer to the plate a little bit.
Yeah. And, he does make contact. 0-2 pitch, and it's popped up.
It's going to be out of
play, I believe.
Hurl, long way to
nice try by Hurl, but
good effort. Yeah, good effort by the senior Kanan Harrell over there as he slid into the fence. Couldn't make the play.
And I'm not sure, probably around the outer edges. You know a little bit more about this field than I do, and David, where water kind of collects a little bit more out in the outfield.
The outfield usually stays pretty dry.
Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be out, and that's going to be the third out of the inning.
Top of the fifth coming up. Cougars leading 1-0. Stay with us on Hometown 24.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
Welcome back to Cougar Field here in Whitesburg, and 1-0 their score, top of the field coming up. Mark Young looking in tonight, or main man Brian Napier, guys, is tuned in, and glad to have him, one of our officials in the 14th region.
One of the best in the business.
Yep.
Called the softball game, I believe.
Charlene Johnson, Sam Dick, Robert Lewis. Do y'all know a Robert Lewis, guys?
I don't know. No, I don't know anybody named Robert Lewis.
Oh, Robert, I think he's trying to get you guys lined out, guys, if you really want to know the truth.
9-1-2 up for the Cougars. Harold walked the last time to the plate.
Yep, and
scored the only
run, yeah. And, the Patriots trying to go 1-2-3 again, get off the field, try to get some runs. And the Cougars trying to add to that and get a little cushion going here. That's a nice drop-down pitch right there by Amberg.
He does have a little different arm slot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does.
And it makes it a little bit tougher on right-handers coming out of there.
Good movement on his pitch.
Here comes the pitch, and that's almost hit Harold. It didn't bark or bite, and that's a 1-1 count. Thanks everybody for tuning in tonight.
Oh, glad to have all of them along.
Nice
all of our
pitch
viewers.
by Amberg
Roberta Waddell Dewey, all the way down in western Kentucky. Glad to have her along.
No wind whatsoever still.
Nice even for baseball.
It's kind of calmed down. Beautiful evening. And it's right back up through the box.
It's going to be a tough play.
And that's going to be a base hit that time for Harold as he dives in on first base.
The ball may have changed just a tad direction.
The pitcher touched it a little bit.
Yeah.
It was kind of a change-up hitting it back. Thought it was hit a little bit harder than that, and Amberg was unable to snag it. And Hurl will be at first, and that will bring up Dawson Kinser, who has walked twice.
Yep, James Catron, Paul Sandlin, all sports fans over our way. Glad to have them. Sonny Frazier and Jenkins KY, guys. Nice fella. Always. And Tick Lewis, he'll watch a ball game anytime.
Nice pitch by Amber. We get ahead of Kinser here, 0-1. Here comes the pitch, and it's bunted back to Ambergy. He looks to second, but then throws, and that's going to be a sacrifice.
Only play he had, Manus. I thought it was a good early lead
He just couldn't get his body around there, and that's going to be one out. And Hurl will end up going to second. He thought about it.
Yeah, and it would have been really close.
Yeah.
But he had to turn a complete 180 and a little bit wet in the infield.
Looks like Quentin's going to get the free pass this time, guys.
And that's probably a wise thing. And that will bring up Little, who had the only RBIs on the drawn-in infield. He hit it over top of Parks at second.
And, Little just has a penchant for being a clutch hitter. His average is not as good as some other guys, but you seem like a lot of times you'll see him in big situations. He seems to find a gap somewhere, or like the last time, just a bleeder, a CNI single.
Oh, yeah. And Brett Smith will come in as the courtesy runner for Williams. And, of course, I don't know if there's anybody got his speed since he is a state champion in track. So we'll see with first and second here. And Smith got to be careful about running up Hurl's back. And he's
100%.
Got to listen to Coach Rigsby as that was up. And Ambergy's got to throw strikes here. Here comes the pitch, and it's hit into the gap.
It's deep.
Ambergy's going back, and Ambergy will make the catch. They're tagging. Throw comes in, and Hurl will slide in on the tag. So Little hits it deep in left center. Nice job by Jaden Ambergy running it down.
Played that well, guys. Made the catch. Good throw toward third. One hopper. And nice hit. Hitting by the Cougars to advance.
Yeah, you've got Harrell on third and Smith, who's running for Williams on second, and Clay Hall, who
Clay
1 for 2 today.
Yep. And they're going to walk Clay Hall. And that will bring up Jaden Wright. And Jaden has got to take that personal here a little bit. And Jaden has been struck out, and then it popped up to second.
I think Coach Dameron is probably, guys, just going on the
numbers
on
right percentages.
Yeah, and it goes to force to every base now.
Yeah.
And makes it a little easier on the defense to make that at any base.
Yeah.
And Jaden, a very capable young man, of breaking the game wide open. But
now you take a gapper here, will change the outlook.
Well, and just like Jim's talking about, you bobble one and you still can get the out on a force. But that's away, and that's going to be ball one. Knott County Central needing badly to get out of this predicament and get in there and score some runs. Can't afford any two-out hits here, and that's going to be swung through by Wright.
Yeah, nice cut. Ball a little up that time. Hard to catch up with the fastball when it's above the hands.
Wright trying to close as the pitch comes, and there's the breaking ball. That's a nice pitch. 1-2.
You might see that fastball up high come back now, Jim.
Very likely, David. Very likely. So he can come with a multitude of different looks here, and there's the fastball, and that's going to be.
He was all over the fastball, pulled it just foul down the third baseline.
Let's see if Ambergy goes with a breaking ball on the outer half.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at
outside.
right now. You're up 1-2. Throw a breaking ball, but can't hurt you.
Can't hang it. Can't hang it in the middle of the plate. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be ball two.
So Deuce is wild across there as we bases loaded, 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs.
And ducks on the pond, so we will see what goes on here. And, Ambergy running that one down has got him here with 2 outs. Here comes the money pitch, and it's going to be Wright barely hanging on.
Yeah, he was a little behind that one. And, if you're Mason, you don't want this to go to a full count. That gives the rest of this is the pitch you want to make the strikeout pitch on.
And here he comes. Here comes the wind and the pitch, and it's going to be hit
that's
up
a little
in
bit.
there.
Ambergy easily makes
Can
the
of
play.
corn, and that's going to be 3.
1-0 their score. Bottom of the field coming up here on Hometown 24.
My name is Isabella, and I am from Madison County, Kentucky. Instead of choosing a larger university, I chose to attend Alice Lloyd College because I wanted a more personal college experience. The small class sizes provide a close relationship between students and professor that isn't possible at any other university. ALC is more than a place to learn, it is a place to grow, serve, and lead. Learn more at alc.edu.
Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
Bottom of the fifth, getting ready to start here at Cougar Field at Letcher County Central High School on Championship 53rd District. And guys, we've seen some base runners left, and we've not seen some base runners.
Yeah. Well,
because
you know,
Knott County not really had many runners on tonight.
Oh, gosh.
And
Dawson Cancer just almost takes out the shortstop who was talking as the throwdown, and it missed his ear by about 4 inches.
That would not ended pretty there, guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Knott Central has left 1 on base.
Yeah.
And Letcher Central has left 7
yeah,
on base.
and
nice job by Coach Dameron.
Dameron's
his strategy worked out exactly the way he wanted to do.
Give him credit.
Yes, sir. So, and of course, when you do that, it puts pressure on those other kids to try to excel, and sometimes you handle it, and sometimes you do not. As Napier will step in for Knott County Central, where he walked the first time.
Good pitch.
And then, of
a little
course,
low.
he got thrown out at third later on in the inning.
Wright playing in on the grass at third base for the Cougars.
Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be away, and that's going to be 2-0.
Quentin on the first pitch was coming inside, and that one going outside.
Outfield playing Napier to pull the ball. Here goes the pitch, and swung right
Big
through.
swing by Napier right there.
He was going downtown.
Yeah, he was trying to tie it up with one swing of the bat.
And he's very capable of doing that.
Any score from the Perry Hazard baseball game?
I have not seen one.
We will try to get one of those.
Somebody send us a score if you can.
It's a great matchup over there between two Hall of Fame coaches, Brian Dean and John Meehan.
Oh,
wearing
absolutely.
colors that I'm not used to them both wearing.
No. Napier trying to get on base here to start the inning for Knott County Central, and he is going to do that. So ball 4.
Napier walked both times tonight.
Yep, and not what Williams wanted to do to start the inning off, and that will bring Hendrickson, who sacrificed Napier over to second in the second inning.
And see the Cougars making a defensive call. This Wright creeps up for the bunt.
He's running in, trying to see Williams trying to see if he was actually bunting by throwing it over to first.
And he pulled back, so he had a little slash play on maybe right there.
So Coach Dameron looking and seeing that Wright was chasing there at third base. Here goes, and it is the bunt. It's popped up, and Napier will go back. So Hendrickson unable to get the sacrifice down this time.
That pitch was up, guys, and that's
hard
tough to hunt.
Yeah, if it's above your hands, it's really tough to bunt.
Yeah.
As the old saying goes, you put that bat at the top of your strike zone. Anything above that strike zone, you let it go.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to do something different. And Napier was not going, or otherwise it would have been a double play. And that's going to be strike 1. And Cornett, who struck out in the second inning.
Cornett up on the plate and toes into the batter's box.
And Williams throws it over there, and Cornett, he's pretty sly. I think he wasn't going to bunt, but when he saw him going over there, he acted like he was going to bunt. So that's a little bit of gamemanship.
Yeah, Cornett, good sports IQ.
Nope, took it back that time, and that's going to be on the call. It was inside ball 1, 1-1.
I thought he hit the handle of the bat.
I thought I heard something, but it might have been David's shoes when he's over here doing a little clogging.
You got the clog now.
1-1, 1 out, and there it is. And Cornet bunts it, but it's going to go foul. 1-2, 1 out. Napier on first. Letcher Central playing kind of double play depth.
Yeah, your middle's definitely playing the double play. Right, still playing up. Even with 2 strikes now, Coach Rigby backs him back out into the dirt.
And, you know, Cornet, I don't think he's going to bunt now with a 1-2 count, but I've been wrong twice already.
I saw Coach Dean do it a couple of times.
And that's going to be inside. Nice eye by Cornet, and that will run it flat, 2-2. And as I smell Little Caesars coming in the building.
Yeah.
2-2, 1 out. Let's see if Napier will take off here. Does not. Breaking ball, and that's going to be swung and strike 3. Be 2 down. Bring Cole Watts up.
Williams
popped out of bounds.
Picks up his 4th strikeout of the game.
Yes, it is. And Watts hit it in foul territory, and Hall was able to make that catch over there before it went out of play. 2 down. I look for Napier to take off here anytime.
Well, you know, I'm kind of mixed on that, Manus. You know, you want to get to the top of the order if possible.
Yeah.
As soon as you can.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes you got to be aggressive. And, of course, he was aggressive in that last time and was thrown out. So
there he goes. He got a good jump.
And he did on the breaking ball. So that was the perfect pitch to take. And so that's going to make it 1-1.
Moving on down, but nice job.
He had a great jump right there.
He did have a good job and jump, and as well, you know, on the breaking ball, of course, that's going to give him a little bit of opportunity, and Kinser probably saw him breaking early and was trying to rush the throw down to second. Let's see what Watts can do with Napier in scoring position now. Fouls it off, and that's going to make it 1-2. Coach Dameron needing a big 2-out hit here to try to even the game here at 1-0. Letcher Central in the bottom of the field.
Atfield still playing kind of deep in left field.
And Watts asked for time and was given time. Yeah, he is playing pretty deep, isn't he?
No wind at all to speak of right now as the flag hangs limp in center field.
And nobody's going to step off, and they're going to call a balk.
Yeah.
As Napier trying to make things happen, and he does. As a pass ball now will tie the score up. So just don't want to make that third out at third base. And here he's coming. He's going to go home, and he's going to be out. And that's going to be the third.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And, you know, I can see Coach Dameron's philosophy on that. You know, when you're not, you know, they've not acquired a hit yet through 6 innings or 5 innings.
Right.
So you're just trying to make something happen.
Right. We'll take a 30-second break. Top of the 6th coming up.
We have determined that you have early onset Alzheimer's disease.
Why me? How could I have prevented this?
Research shows that reducing stress levels, not partaking in substance abuse, and being aware of safety measures are a few ways to prevent it.
So how quickly can this progress?
There's no definitive timeline. Everyone is different.
Top of the 6th, 1-0, still our score as Cougars will come up, back up to the plate. The girls softball championship ended in a 7th inning score for the Cougars to win 1-0 over Knott Central in a great pitchers duo up there at Jenkins, Manus.
And of course, Prairie Central scores a run in the bottom of the 6th and wins 4-3 against Hazard.
I thought that'd be a tight game too.
Well, you know, it's a rival game, and just like this one, just like the one up there, you know, rival game, you just throw the records out.
Yeah, I agree.
And speaking of the records, these two teams in the region are basically 26-5. So.
You know, these two have got an opportunity to go in the region and make a little noise.
You don't want to draw either one of these teams. Ambergy with the pitch, and Maggard will foul it off. Maggard had 0 for 2, hit to the second baseman, hit back to the pitcher. And that's going to be hit to the second baseman, and it's a little bobble by Parks, but catches himself and throws Maggard out for the first out of the inning. You know, the thing about we were kind of talking about a little bit of that was strike 3, which in the previous inning, then that would mean that Watts would be done, but he will be back up. So it was not a called strike 3, so Watts will start the inning off once again for Knott Central as Johnson will come up, and he fouls it off. Johnson tonight, 0 for 2, struck out and flew out to the center fielder.
Johnson's timing has gotten better as the game progresses.
And that's a nice pitch by Ambergy on the outer half, and that'll go 0-2.
Paintbrush pitch.
I don't think, you know, it's kind of a little bit of a side-winding fastball that goes to the outer half, and it's going to be in between the 5 and 6. Caught too much of the plate, and that's going to be a base hit for Johnson. And that will bring up Colby Watts, who has been called out on strikes and popped up to the right fielder. So Johnson will go to first. Ambergy got caught too much of the plate on that 0-2 pitch. Here it comes, and it's popped up, dives. Do they touch it? They do, and it's going to be a base hit. And Johnson's going to go to third, and that's going to put runners at second and third with 1 out as Ambergy tried to dive and make the catch. Then they got up and tried to throw Watts out at first, and then it was an errant throw, so it was a base hit and an E2. And now that puts pressure on Knott County Central's defense. You have 1 out with runners in scoring position, second and third.
Yeah, look for the squeeze play right here if you're
and you've got Kanan Hurl, who has been on base twice. He has walked and had a base hit. So now they're going to have a little bit of a conference here on the mound to see exactly, to make sure they're on the same wavelength in the infield.
Well, you know, last year we're in a situation similar to this, and I told the kid to bunt on the second pitch. And, of course, on the second pitch, Dameron calls a pitch out and catches us right there. But then we return the favor to him in the next inning.
A game of chess.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get your queen taken, and sometimes you take the other
happens.
But let's see, they are playing in on the edge of the grass, and
outfield's in as well.
Outfield's in pretty good amount, yes.
Yeah.
As Ambergy winds, and here comes the bunt, and he goes through it. Johnson's going to get back as the third baseman Cornett was charging, so he was able to get as much as the third baseman. Hurl goes through, and that's going to be strike 1.
Got to get a hold of that ball right there in the squeeze situation.
If it's a suicide squeeze, which I think that was more of a safety evidently, and here we go again, and there it's going to be diving. We're going to go home. They're coming home, and Johnson's going to be way out. No one covering second, and Hurl will go all the way around on the fielder's choice. And Johnson's going to be out 4-2. And that's going to be
and I don't know if there was a contact play on there or not for Johnson to go.
It was just a weird ball. It went over top of Ambergy, and then Parks was able to come up with it.
So 2 outs now for the Patriots.
Breaking ball, and it's popped up, and it's going to be out of play.
You give Harold a single on that?
I gave him a fielder's choice.
Okay.
But I'm unofficial now.
Yeah, well,
I'm not McCoy, who did it for the Dayton News Daily all the way back to the great days of the Reds. And that's going to be a big 2-out hit. They're going to send him. Here comes the throw. Nice throw, and he is going to be out. So the first run will count, and that was Ambergy with a perfect throw.
Yeah, that was a great throw by Ambergy to keep it from one run.
Cougars get another one, 2-0 their score. Bottom of the sixth coming up when we come back.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Great communities attract talented people to live, work, and raise their families. We're committed to delivering future-proof broadband so our friends, families, and neighbors can live rich lives in smart rural communities across America. Your community is our community. We're your rural broadband partners. You do great things. We make great things possible.
2-0 their score, bottom of the sixth. Knott County coming up to the plate, and guys, nightness has fell on us.
Oh yeah, as Harry Caudle said so poetically in his book, night falls in the Cumberlands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Harry M. Caudle Library right down here in Letcher.
And
a lot of people in Alice, if you went to Alice Lloyd, that was one of the recommended readings that you had to have.
And we all know about Alice Lloyd.
Yes, we do.
And what a great school it is. And if any
I see many
seniors out there that's not made their mind up, Alice Lloyd, a good place to go get a good education and close to home.
Well, I look here, I see the first four people in the press row, all Alice Lloyd graduates.
Absolutely. And
some of us took longer than others, but
evidently they did call Watts out on the third strike. So that means that Carson Sims will lead off here. I misinterpreted the call.
Me too.
Yeah.
So here it is, and Sims out in front of the breaking ball.
If you're Coach Dameron, you want to get some base runners.
Well,
you just not had them tonight.
Yeah, and you've had Napier, Connor Napier, on the base pass, but just nobody able to hit the baseball when he got into the scoring position, and that's going to be a strike on the outer corner, and that's going to be 0-2. Just to talk about it, Napier went to try to score at home and 1-2 count on Watts, and it was a called strike, and that was a little bit up, 1-2.
Yeah, I didn't miss by much right there.
No, and a few cat calls coming from the left-hand side of the bleachers. 1-2, nobody out. 2-0 in the bottom of the inning. Here comes the pitch, and Sims way out in front, and it goes over top of the screen. Hope it doesn't hit anybody on 119.
Yeah, he really pulled that one as he was way out in front of it and hit one down towards the traffic lights.
Let's see if
you look for an all-speed pitch right here. He's got his bat sped up a little bit now.
Probably outer half, and that right there it is. But instead of it being a changeup, it ended up being a fastball, looked like. So 2-2.
Sims struck out last at bat.
Williams with a wind. Comes the pitch.
Nice pitch.
It's going to be a strikeout. And that's going to be his 5th strikeout.
He's had that fastball very good, great velocity.
And he's fresh. I don't think he's pitched in the last couple of games, so very fresh arm.
And the thing about it is, David, he's varying his speeds, and that just makes it tough on a batter, as Ambergy will step in for the Patriots. And that's going to be outside, ball 1. Ambergy with hit by a batter and grounded out to second. As Williams steps off, as Cancer might have got a little dirt in his eye. Sometimes you get that as a catcher. 1-0, 1 out. And Ambergy trying to take
thought,
one downtown.
Yeah, big cut by Ambergy right there. You know, left-handed pitch batters love the high pitch. Now, they don't always hit it, but they loved it. They see it good. So a high fastball is a nice pitch.
And there's the breaking ball out and away, 2-1. You know, when Williams seemed to be real calm out there on the mound and not wasting any energy. 2-1, 1 out. Comes the pitch, and it's going to be a little bit behind by Ambergy, and it's going to be 2-2.
Souvenir ball.
Right here. Souvenir, yeah. Problem is, in high school, you got to have them back. Yeah. The budget's limited. Who's got that ball, as my college coach would say?
Give away a free ice cream to the kid that brings it back.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Go to the concession. 2-2. And Ambergy doing a nice job of fighting off the outside fastball. Let's see if Williams and Kinser comes up with something else, and will Ambergy be ready for it? Williams cannot afford to hang anything to Ambergy.
Really choked up and crowding the plate right here.
There's the breaking ball, and that's going to run it full.
Yeah, Mason Ambergy, definitely somebody you don't want to let on the base pass.
No.
So quick out there.
Full count.
Payoff
Williams
pitch.
trying to use the corner of the plate as much as possible, guys.
Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be grounded to right at third. He comes up, and it's going to be out on a close play at first base.
Ambergy really got the ball over there, Wright got the ball over there quick.
Kind of bobbled it or something. Couldn't reach. He reached to the ball in his glove, and I don't know if he bobbled it or what, but close play at first base, and it went to the Cougars.
Yeah, that was a bang play.
So that's going to be 2 down, and that's going to be Braden Hall coming up 0 for 2, grounded out to third and struck out in his 2 prior at-bats. Comes the pitch, and it's going to be
just a little inside.
Yep. One and 0, 2 down. And Hall fouls it off.
Bottom of the 6th, guys. We've moved right along here.
Yeah, it's been a very quick-moving game.
And both teams are made the routine plays pretty much. And
no errors on the board.
Nope. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be inner half, and that's going to be a pitch, 1-2.
Yeah, a little cutter right there, I believe. It came in right on the inside corner.
And, you know, I'm sure that Williams here's got to be careful with Hall. He's going to go outside, looks like, and there it is, and it goes up.
A little too much, but
probably put a little bit more pepper on that one than he normally probably would, trying to muscle it up just a little bit.
Yep. 2s across the board for the Patriots. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Good pitch.
And Hall doing a nice job fouling it off.
Williams still looks relatively strong. His pitch count has been very efficient tonight.
Very efficient.
Probably around.
Not wasted many pitches.
No, he's not.
No. So 2 down, 2 outs, 2 down, 22 on the board. Here we go with a 2-2 count. And it's going to be hit and it's going to be bobbled.
Fair ball. Is it?
And that's going to be, I'm not sure if that's going to be a hit or not.
Well, that's tough play, guys. That ball landed behind the plate.
But, you know, as a first baseman, you just got to muff it, block it, do what you
keep
can
it in front
do.
of you and knock it
Had
down.
a lot of spin on it.
I'm not sure what I would give on that.
Yeah, the official scorekeeper gave it an error.
So it's going to be an E3, and that's going to continue the no-hitter for Williams. And that will bring up Michael Parks, who is 0 for 2. He's popped up to third and flown out to left.
And Parks, a really good hitter, and it's got the power to tie this thing up with one swing of the bat right here.
And like I said earlier, that's 470 on the season. So That's who Coach Dameron wants up in this situation. Williams a little bit up. Parks 1-0 to him. Here comes the pitch, and Parks goes after it, 1-1.
Yeah, good pitch location, low and on the knees on the inside corner.
Hall getting a lead over there. Not much on the secondary league as Williams goes back over there.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to put yourself in a situation to get picked off here.
No. And once again, you got 2 outs. His run really doesn't mean as much. The run here with Parks means the most. And Parks swings through, and it's going to run it to 1-2.
Yeah, Parks out in front of that guy.
Yeah, a little straight change right there.
He's
Took a little
throwing
off of it.
He's doing. I don't know if he's going to come with anything fastball-wise on Parks. Here he comes, and it's going to be fastball out, and that's a smart pitch and nice eye that time by Parks. 2-2. Let's see if Hall goes on the 2-2 pitch or not.
I don't think he'll go here.
And here comes the pitch, and goes after it, and that's going to be strike 3. And that will end that inning.
2-0 our score. Top of the 7th coming up when we come back.
For over 25 years, we fought for Kentuckians injured through no fault of their own. During that time, we've traveled all across the country to take that fight to some of the biggest insurance carriers and corporations in the world. That kind of dedication is what's needed to get every dollar you deserve. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle collision caused by someone else's fault, call Bates & Sloan right now and let us fight for you. The first consultation is free, and the attorney you see that first day will be the same attorney you see from the beginning of your case to the end. That's our promise to you at Bates & Sloan.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
Top of the 7th as we get ready for the Cougars to come up. They already have some cushion here, 2-0 their score. And if you're Knott County, you want to set them down as quick as possible, guys, and go in and try to get something stirred. If you're the Cougars, you want to try to tie 1 or 2 more on if you can.
Yeah, heart of the order up for the Cougars, Williams, Little, and Hall.
And, you know, when you looked at Williams tonight on the mound, he's been very composed. And last time Coach Dameron in that situation walked him, and he's walked twice and popped up to the second baseman. And Ambergy starts him off, and it's going to be a breaking ball, and it's going to be outside. Mm-hmm. 1-0 pitch, still outside.
Yep.
Essentially in the same spot.
Yeah, when he drops that arm slot down, it almost like a little bit of a slider.
A slurve back in the day, and that's right down, and Williams not able to catch up to it, 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and breaking ball, nice breaking ball, called strike. It's going to be 2-2.
Yeah, that's a different breaking ball than the first.
That was a little bit over the top.
A little 12-6 right there.
Yep. Williams choking up a little bit. 2-2, nobody out. Nice pitch, nice look by Williams, not going for it.
No, ball really tailed out that time.
A lot of movement on that one.
Almost like a screwball, but I guess
if he challenges Williams, and
that was high
and away. Be a ball number 4, and that will send Williams down. And let's see, he will get a courtesy runner as Brett Smith will run for Williams, and that will bring up Andrew Little, who is 1 for 3.
Little with the long sacrifice fly last time up.
Yep.
The great play by Ambergy out in the outfield.
Ambergy went and ran that one down. Let's see if Smith goes at any time. And he's going, and it's popped straight back on the bunt and run. Or do you call that a run and bunt?
Well, with Brett's out there, run's always going to be a part of the equation.
Yeah. And for those that
But I don't know
it,
if maybe
he's rather quick.
Yeah. Top of the 7th, runner at first.
And, of course, he's going to be signing tomorrow.
To join the Navy, the military signing.
Yes. And it was a fake by
little slash.
But had an opportunity. The University of Kentucky had called to talk to him about running track for the University of Kentucky, and he's going to the Naval Academy.
Well, I tell you, that's, a service now. A lot of good benefits, guys, as you move on in.
Well, he's following in the footsteps of his dad and his grandfather.
Yeah. It's a kind of a legacy thing.
He's excited about it.
Ambergy with the 0-2 comes with a pitch out. Throw's going to go down, and Smith's going to be safe on the stolen base.
Yeah, when you steal it by a foot on a pitch out,
yep,
you got wheels.
So 1-2, Smith in scoring position, and then that held on to it, and that's going to be a strikeout. Nice pitch by Ambergy, and that'll be the first out, and that will bring up Clay Hall, who was intentionally walked the last time and then singled and popped out to the center fielder.
Now, base hit, through is going to score Smith.
And they're going to intentionally walk Hall
to get to right again.
And right the last time they did that, he flew out to
left field.
Jayden Ambergy. So let's see how Wright deals with it again. That's a mental thing too. And so double play positioning now by Knott County.
Good curveball.
And that's a dandy.
Yeah, he buckled Jayden right there with that one.
So strike one as Ambergy gets ahead of Wright here.
Now, they're not in double play position, though,
nope,
Manus.
They've moved off here, and he's going to be picked off. And Smith trying to go on it, and the old bugaboo being picked off in scoring position as he goes 1-6. And that's going to be the second out of the inning.
Yeah,
that is what my old coach used to say. And there's going to be a wild pitch, and that will send Hall down to second. So that puts Hall into scoring position. Coach Rigsby looking into the dugout, and I believe he's going to have a runner.
It'll be a re-entry here as he's going to bring a runner in for Hall. Ryder Fleming coming in to run.
And Ryder, who's a
freshman,
whose mother was working the gate, I believe, when we come through, and David said something rude about me. But anyway, Ryder's got good speed. Wright trying to get a base hit here with a runner in scoring position, trying to pad the lead for Letcher Central, and Ambergy and the Patriots trying to get off the field. And
right
there it's off the inside, but it's going to go back
to play,
and it's going to be 3.
Headed to the bottom of the 7th, 2-0 Cougars. Stay with us when we come back.
My name is Emily, and I'm from Laurel County. When I was searching for a college, I wanted to find a place that felt like home and where I could make a difference. The moment I stepped on Alice Lloyd's campus, I knew this was where I belonged. There's a sense of community here and a focus on serving others that you can't find at other colleges. For me, it wasn't just about continuing education. It was about being a part of something bigger. Apply now to find your home at alc.edu.
Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
Bottom of the 7th coming up for Knott County, trailing 2-0 over the Cougars of Letcher Central. And guys, not many base runners tonight for Knott County.
No.
You know, they've had to gamble when they do get one on. And, of course, the Cougars, it's the other way around for them tonight on this occasion because they've had plenty base runners, Manus.
Well, you know, they've left 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 runners on base. And, you know, some of that is because Coach Dameron has utilized the intentional walk. And
it's worked in his favor.
And it's worked very much in his favor. If Ambergy can get on here and start it for Patriots, who knows?
Yeah.
Williams throwing a gem so far. And there's the breaking ball. Strike one.
That's been his best pitch, I believe, tonight, guys. It's really worked good for him. Good movement.
Well, you know,
of course, his fastballs use the corners quite a bit.
And it's strike two.
And you look at, you know, when Jaden, we talk about his inside-out swing, but when you take the front foot and open up, it kind of gives the pitcher that outside corner.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard to cover the plate when you do that.
And, you know, the thing about it is Williams is going to probably take it to the outside rather than give him anything on the inner half. And there it is.
Yeah.
And that's a nice pitch. And that's going to be the first out.
And Patriots down to their last 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th.
And that will bring up Connor Napier, who has been on both times and been caught and trying to attempt to steal, and he's walked twice.
So 10-3 in the bottom of the 6th at Perry.
Hazard up.
Yep.
And there's the breaking ball, but it's down.
Hazard going to be a tough out in the region, guys. Got a lot of experience on that baseball team.
Pelfrey and those guys, it's been pitching since outside strike call.
Yeah, they've got a strong senior class. Talon Goins, another outstanding player for Hazard.
And we know that pitching means a lot in high school baseball.
And there's the outside pitch.
You just got to have it, and you got to throw strikes in the tournament.
Well, when you throw strikes, it just gets your defense ready to go to make plays behind you.
Yeah, and you're playing on a turf field, so you're going to get pure bounces in the region.
Yep. A little bit faster maybe in some situations, but that's going to be outer half, and that's going to be 3-1. Let's see if Napier, he's going to pick out an area here and see if Williams challenges him with that 2-run lead, and that's going to be on the outer half, and that's going to be strike two, full count. And Napier got to find a way to get on base here and bring the tying run to home plate. Full pitch, and here it goes, and that's going to be away. And for the third time of the night, Napier is going to go down to first. But
so that brings the tying run to the plate, and Chase Hendrickson.
And Chase is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice and a hit back to the pitcher. And that's going all the way to the, comes straight back. And Napier just wisely did not take off.
Yeah, that's a home field bounce right there. Bounce straight back to Kinser.
And Coach Rigsby is calling timeout, and he's going to come out. And
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't bring Little in here to finish it up. But now Williams has pitched to Jewell so far.
Well, do you bring somebody in with a no-hitter?
I think I'd stay with the guy I got on there right now.
And I'm sure that Williams is going to say, I'm good, Coach.
Oh, they always do. I've never had a pitcher say, take me out.
And Coach Rigsby says, you're good. Now go bring home a victory.
I mean, you know, he's not thrown a whole lot of balls tonight, guys. He's been in the plate area. He's thrown a good ball game.
So 1-0, 1 out. Napier at first. Tying run at home plate. Here comes the pitch, and Hendrickson swings through it. 1-1.
That may have been his strongest fastball of the night. And that,
he brought some gas with that.
Comes set. Here comes the pitch, and it's fouled off, running it to 1-2.
So whatever Rigsby said worked.
Go get it, young man. And, of course, Coach Dameron is saying, hang in there, Hendrickson, and we need a base hit right here. Here comes the pitch, and it's going to be strike 3. And that's going to bring up Aiden Cornett. last hope for Knott County Central, 2 down. Aiden has struck out both times he's been up tonight.
Check to first, make sure the runner knows that I'm watching him.
Yep.
Quentin says.
And like Maina said, that runner doesn't mean a whole lot right now with 2 outs.
That ball is up.
You know, right now it's just pitcher and the batter.
And Williams looks in, and it's going to be hit back to Williams, and Letcher Central is going to be the 53rd District champions, and Quentin Williams.
Quentin Williams, a big game, and he will
pitches
be
a
here.
no-hitter for the Letcher County Central Cougars. And both teams, good luck in the region.
And that will start on Monday
Monday
night.
the 26th.
Monday, first game will be pretty early, I would think, guys.
11 o'clock,
Yeah,
I believe is
11
when it is
o'clock.
set.
And their draw, I think, will take place either
Probably
tomorrow
tomorrow,
or the next day at the latest. I'm sure you're right, though, Jim. I'm sure tomorrow both teams will go. Seemed like tonight Cougars, you know, got some base runners and took advantage of it and put a couple across, but not many
Williams
base
just
runners.
dominant, guys.
Yeah, that's what you throw a no-hitter in a district championship. That's big time.
Yeah, it
Big
is.
time, and on a limited number of pitches, I wouldn't add them up. But you know, he's going to be our player of the game, of course, and
absolutely.
Good luck to Coach Rigsby and Letcher County Central, and good luck to Coach Dameron and the Knott County Central Patriots as they continue into the regional tournament at Wolfe County High School.
We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll try to finish everything up here at Whitesburg. Stay with us.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
There's no doubt who's going to be the MVP.
Welcome back, and the game has just ended here at Whitesburg. 2-0. Cougars get the win. They'll be the champions of the 53rd. Knott Central will be the runner-up. Both of them will move on to Wolfe County to play in the regional. Manus Blair, your thoughts of tonight?
Just an outstanding job by Quentin Williams, throwing everything, a little bit of everything in his bag. Able to scrap out a few runs and take home the championship. Coach Dameron and Knott County Central, nothing to hang their head about.
Oh, no, it's a good played game.
If, sometimes you just can't get the bats going, and they're going to do that.
Yep,
and
it happens
and
in this
they're going to do that. So, good luck for both of them in the draw that comes up, and continue good luck in the region.
Jim McCauley.
It's a fun game. We said before the game even started this was going to be a low-scoring affair. Yeah. Both teams played really well defensively. Cougars just got a few more hits. Quentin Williams, 7 strikeouts, no hits, district championship. Outstanding job from him.
Right.
That's the 4th consecutive district title for the Cougars.
Yep.
So,
and we want to wish both of these teams well in the regional play.
Yes. And I'm sure that they both have a chance of making a lot of noise down there.
Yeah, absolutely. You just never know, guys.
And Knott County, the only team in the region, I think, to beat Hazard, and they beat them last week.
They did.
So
you can't count either one of these teams out, and it's going to be a really, really tough regional. And that first round, it'll be battles, no matter who you draw.
Well, Hazard ahead of Perry going into the end of the game, up I think 10-3.
And then Breathitt beat Wolfe County. And then you got to face as a winner you've got to face Wolf County on their field, as you said earlier.
Yep.
So
want to remind everyone this will be our last telecast till football season gets underway in August. We want to thank you so much for this year basketball, football, and baseball season.
And volleyball.
And volleyball. And we'll try to do it all over again starting in August here again. We want to thank everybody for your viewership on Hometown 24. We greatly appreciate that.
Really quickly, I've enjoyed so much working with you guys this year.
We've had a great time, Jim Bob.
That's what makes it so enjoyable to be able to bring these games.
We've traveled all over Eastern Kentucky this year.
But I couldn't think of two finer people to do it with.
We appreciate it, and you've done a great job with us. And Manus, always a great job. And her crew, special crew. They work extremely hard. For Manus Player, Jim McCauley, David Adamson, all the Hometown crew, we'd like to wish you good night here from Whitesburg High School. Stay safe, everyone, and we'll see you soon.